students, I am your Rajni ma'am, and today we will going to start with the second chapter of chemistry, that is acid, base and salt. Dear students, you know that in chemistry we study about chemicals. So if someone asks you what is the chemical nature of that substance, so what you will say? You will say that substance is either acid or base or it is a salt. So it is a nature, chemical nature. Chemical nature of a substance can be acid, it can be base or it can be salt. Now class, let's start with the topic acid. So dear students, see, any chemical substance which give H plus ion in its aqueous solution is a acid. So Arrhenius said any substance which give H plus ion in its aqueous solution is a acid. So acid is that which give H plus ion in a aqueous solution, means when it is mixed with water, so that is acid. Suppose this is the substance. So in a aqueous solution it give H plus ion. So this H plus ion in an aqueous solution, suppose water is there, this is hydronium ion. So acids are those substances in an aqueous solution, it gives hydronium ion or hydrogen ion, H plus ion. So these substances are called acids. Now if you will categorize acid, so acid can be categorized. Let's see some more example. HCl, it gives H plus plus Cl minus, and this with H2O will give H3O plus plus Cl minus. Then H2SO4, it gives 2H plus ion or SO4 2 minus ion. Then what else? HNO3 will give H plus ion plus NO3 minus ion. Then what else? H3PO4 will give 3 H plus ion and PO4, and it will give minus 3. Okay. So that means acids are those substances which give hydrogen ion in a aqueous solution. Okay. Now if we talk about if we categorize the acid, if we divide the acid can be divided into mineral acid or organic acid or strong acid or weak acid. So we can divide acid into these two categories. First category is mineral acid or organic acid. Second category, the acid is a strong acid or acid is a weak acid. Okay. So let's see. See, all the acids which are naturally occurring. Naturally occurring means which are found in plants, in insects, in animals. So those naturally occurring acids are weak acid or organic acids. So organic acids are weak acids. All those acids which are naturally occurring means in the, like in the insects, in the ant you will get formic acid, then then you are getting lactic acid. In the curd you are getting lactic acid. Then all those naturally occurring acid, like in the tamarind, tartaric acid you are getting, oxalic acid, malic acid. So these all are the naturally occurring acids. So naturally occurring acids are organic acids which are present in the living organisms like insects, plants, in humans also, in HCl in our stomach. You know that it is secreted in our stomach, HCl along with the gastric juices. So organic acids are weak acids. Now what is weak acid? Okay, now suppose take the example of acetic acid. Now this is acetic acid. We know that in water it dissociates into, in water acetic acid will dissociate into acetate ion and H plus ion. If you have taken, suppose you have taken 20 molecule of acetic acid, so only out of that 20 molecules, only 1 or 2 molecule will give H plus ion. Rest of the 18 or 19 molecule will remain as a molecule. That means it is not giving, this 20 molecule will not give 20 H plus ion. Only 1 or 2 H plus ion it will give. Rest 18 or 19 molecule will remain like that only in the solution. So that is weak acid. Weak acids are those acids which do not give, it's partially dissociate, it's not completely dissociate, and it's give very less amount of H plus ion. We know that what is acid definition, we have already seen, no? Giving H plus ion is a, so the substance which give H plus ion is acid. So with the substance which is giving very less H plus ion, so that substance is a weak acid. So that is acid and it is a weak acid because it is not giving complete H plus ion. What is strong acid? Suppose HCl. Now if you are taking HCl and in the aqueous solution, it suppose 20 molecule of HCl you have taken, so it will give that 20 H plus ion plus Cl minus ion. Okay, so that is a strong acid. So all mineral acids are strong acids. So mineral acids are generally present in the mineral and we prepare it in the lab also. It is very toxic, and if suppose if it falls in your clothes, so your clothes can burn, you will get the irritation. So that is mineral acids. So mineral acids are your, this organic acid, okay, then why this is oxalic acid. So this is, so just we saw the mineral acid, that acids which we are getting it from the mineral is what? Rock. Okay, rock. So from where we are extracting the acid, so that is mineral acid. We can prepare it in the, we can prepare that in the lab also. But organic acid is a naturally occurring acids. Organic acids are weak acids, mineral acids are strong acids. What is weak acid and strong acid? Strong acids are those acids which completely dissociates, which gives in the aqueous solution, it's completely dissociates and give the large amount of H plus ion, means fully it will dissociate. Weak acid, it will give only few H plus ion, rest it will remain like the molecules only. Students, acids can also be divided on the basicity. ठीक है, so next topic we are going to study is basicity of a acid. Now what is basicity of an acid? Basicity of an acid means the number of hydrogen ion it can produce by the ionization of one molecule of acid. Suppose it is a one molecule of acid. So how many hydrogen ion it is giving? So it is giving one hydrogen ion. It is one is basicity. Okay, understood? So the number of hydrogen ion given by one molecule of acid is its basicity. Now let's see few examples. Now let's see the basicity of few acid. So the basicity of HCl is hydrochloric acid is 1 because it will give only one hydrogen ion. The basicity of sulfuric acid is 2 because it is giving how many hydrogen ion? It will give 2 hydrogen ion. So its basicity will be 2. Nitric acid, how many hydrogen ion it will give? H plus ion it will give on the dissociation. In the aqueous medium it will give 1. So its basicity is 1. Carbonic acid, how many hydrogen ion it will give? It will give 2 hydrogen ion. Okay, so the basicity will be 2. Here in case of phosphoric acid, how many hydrogen ion it will give? It will give 3 hydrogen ion. So basicity is 3. In the case of phosphorus acid, how many hydrogen ion it will give? It will give 2 hydrogen ion. So its basicity is 2. Now you might be thinking ki why here 3 hydrogens are there and ma'am is saying only 2 hydrogen ion it will give. So I will tell you why. In acetic acid, how many hydrogen ion give? It will give 1 hydrogen ion. So its basicity is 1. In formic acid, how many hydrogen ion it will give? It will give 1 hydrogen ion. So its basicity is 1. Okay. Now here let's understand this. See the hydrogen what hydrogen can come from the acid? The hydrogen which is attached with the oxygen. So this bond will break and hydrogen will come out. Okay, so in the case of phosphoric hydrogen, see you can see here 3OH is there. So this bond will break and this hydrogen will come out. This hydrogen will come out. So that's why the basicity of phosphoric acid is 3. But in case of phosphorus acid, okay, in the case of phosphorus acid you can see only 2 hydrogen is attached with the oxygen and 1 is attached direct with the phosphorus. So this bond will not break. So this hydrogen cannot come. Only 2 hydrogen can come. That's why the basicity is 2. So students, already we have seen that acid is classified on the basis of its occurrence, that is its mineral acid or it is a organic acid. Then acid is classified on the basis of its strength, that we have already seen, that weak acid or strong acid. Then if you want to classify on the basis of basicity, we can classify into 3: monobasic, dibasic, tribasic, which will give 1 hydrogen ion is monobasic, which will give 2 hydrogen ion is dibasic, and which will give 3 hydrogen ion is tribasic. Then the concentration of solution. Okay, so this can be classified into concentrated acid and dilute acid. When we call an acid as a concentrated acid, when the amount of acid is more and the water is less. So such a type of acid is called concentrated acid. That means high concentration of acid is there. We know that acid will give its property in the aqueous medium in the presence of water. So very less amount of water is there. Okay, so that acid is called concentrated acid. The acid where the water concentration is more, so such acid is called dilute acid, where you pour more of water. One activity is there in your book where it is written that what will be the condition, what you should do. Suppose you are having two test tube and you are having concentrated acid and you have to dilute the acid. So how you have to, dilution means to add water. Dilution means to add water. So what you will do? This is acid. This is water. So see, for the process of dilution you can add water or you can add acid. In both the cases you are diluting a acid. In both the cases you are diluting acid. So you have to do process 1 or process 2. See, we have to do process 2. This is the correct method of diluting a acid, and you will not do this method. Why you will not do this method? Because when you will pour water, see, the acid will not going, see, this is the exothermic process, and definitely the heat will the test tube may crack, you may also get burned. But in this process when you pour, though it is exothermic process, but water will absorb the heat. Water will absorb the heat. Okay, so this is the correct method of diluting the acid. So student, that's all for today's class. We will meet in the next video. Thank you and have a good day.